Good morning, Mal. Yep. We okay, Laura? Still waiting.
Liz, did you make that flower arrangement?
Yes, I guess we could say yes. I didn't really arrange, I just shoved it in the vase. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Art with Liz. I especially applaud those of you who've come in person. It is cold, cold, cold again here in the Northeast of the United States. So thank you so much for coming. Those of you who are either home or in your studios, and those of you who are here in person. Thank you so much to the Hoboken Public Library for allowing us to have these hybrid classes. It is just a pleasure to be with everyone this morning. It is the month of March, which is Women's History Month, and it is our moment to applaud the great contributions of women to the world of art. And as we've mentioned in the classes we've had so far this month, women are frequently underrepresented, particularly here in the United States in the world of visual art. So this is our opportunity to pay homage to some women who are doing incredible work. Today, we're going to look at an artist that she is so new to me. The ink is still drying on the page that I printed out. She's that new. Her name is Shara Hughes, and she is an American artist born in Atlanta in 1981. So she's just a few years older than my child. That's how young she is. Her work, to me, is very fresh and new and different. Although she is known for her landscapes and paintings of flowers, her approach is like nothing I've ever seen in those two genres before. So, still lifes of flowers and landscapes is how she is making her name on the art scene today. Let's just jump right in and look at a slideshow of her work. We're going to discuss it. We are going to get your reactions, and then I have options for you to do your own art projects today. That is my goal. So here we go. Folks at home, you can see the slideshow. Thank you, Yunzi. And Diane, I'm assuming you can see. Robin, I'm hoping you're going to come back, and Susan, you're going to come back soon. I don't usually start so quickly, but okay, cool. Here we go. Shara Hughes, born in Atlanta, 1981. The information I have about Shara Hughes, I found in a magazine about art called the Brooklyn Rail. You can find the magazine online. She also has an Instagram site, a Twitter site, and a Facebook site. So you can follow her on any of those social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. She uses, according to Brooklyn Rail, dizzying brushwork, vibrant colors, and shifting perspectives to make paintings that defy many of the existing conventions associated with the landscape and still life genre. She has natural motifs and pattern elements that recur throughout her pictures. She even mixes her paints directly on the canvas. So she doesn't do, usually I tell you, you must mix your colors on your palette. This is an artist whose work is so immediate and what I call haptic, and haptic, HAPTIC. Just it happens so viscerally, and she's someone who likes to touch the paints or feel what she's doing. Tactile. Her work is so tactile, and she feels it physically. She's very physical in her work, that she sometimes even mixes the colors directly on the canvas, which is unusual for artists to do.
Food? Do you see the food?
Food.
Yeah. Do you see the broccoli? Broccoli?
It does look a little like broccoli, but I believe these are all plants. Well, broccoli is a plant.
And there's an olive.
Okay, this I believe is a painting about flowers. Broccoli flowers, they're called florets. The top of broccoli is called florets. So, okay,
I saw it immediate.
there you go.
Right?
Good, Jen. Well, her pictures, the trees often look like snakes. There are floating moons and other distortions in her paintings. So I like that comment that came from Jen. Why not? There are permutations, and now I'm quoting from Brooklyn Rail again. There are synchronized, harder to define forms in which abstract and representational impulses coexist in unorthodox harmony. Hugh's process rarely involves referencing images. That means she doesn't look directly at objects. So she uses her imagination. She likes to mix the psychological complexity of her interior world into lush and layered compositions. So when she mixes these pigments on top of her surfaces, this creates intuitive, one-of-a-kind color palettes that simultaneously point to art historical movements like color field painting and post-impressionism. Okay. I'm going to explain. Thank you for asking, Eileen. We have talked about color field painting. So the woman who invented color field painting, we talked about her last year. Her name is Helen Frankenthaler, and there's a great painting by her up on display in the Whitney Museum at the moment. On the very top floor, there's a retrospective, a history of American art, and there's a fantastic Frankenthaler painting. Color field paintings are paintings that are about color, and the artists just explore the use of color in their paintings. They are completely abstract, and I invite you to look up Helen Frankenthaler's work because it's magnificent. We had a class about her last year. Post-Impressionism, who's the most famous post-impressionist we've talked about? Come on. We're all so tired this morning. Van Gogh was probably the first post-impressionist. Awesome, Eileen. Well done, A+. So the post-impressionists were so famous for their use of color. And they opened the door for people like Matisse, the Fauve painters who really went wild with color. And back to the Brooklyn Rail, who say, she engages with these open-ended experiments in image making and depicts kaleidoscopic visions of flora and fauna in processes of constant evolution. So she likes to look at plants and animals in these kaleidoscopic visions. This to me looks very kaleidoscopic. And color is certainly what you think about first when you look at this painting. Any other comments about this? Like, dislike, attracted to, not attracted to? Jen loves the colors.
A lot of colors.
Eileen says a lot of colors. It looks like lollipops. It does. There's a lot of texture too. There's what looks to me dead in the middle. It looks either like a dandelion or some kind of, excuse me, dahlia, a very fuzzy flower right in the middle. She probably used a brush with separated hairs in it to make that lovely feathery texture.
Which color is that?
Well, you guys here, I can point to it. There are a bunch of very feathery petals. This one, this one, this one.
No, I see a strawberry. No, I don't see a strawberry.
A strawberry, okay.
Yeah, I see that. You see the strawberry? Yeah.
Yes, I could read it as a strawberry too. All right, let's move along. I have this very long interview with her here that I'm gonna start referring to. Definitely work from her imagination. She's been in a million exhibitions, including the Metropolitan Opera House in New York, the Kunsten Museum of Modern Art in Denmark, the Flag Art Foundation in New York, the Kunstmuseum in Switzerland, the Yuz Museum in Shanghai, the Contemporary Art Museum in St. Louis, and on and on. I mean, it's a page-long listing. She was in the Whitney Biennial in 2017 at the Whitney. Her work is in the permanent collection of American art. No, sorry, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. She's in the permanent collection. The Hirshhorn Museum, on and on and on, et cetera, et cetera. The Smithsonian American Art Museum in Washington, D.C. So she's been shown a lot. So she's an artist with an affinity for making familiar imagery seem fresh and risky. Definitely different. And fun. I think it's fun. What do you think?
Groovy.
It's groovy. Okay. So in this interview, she's talking about a show that she was in at the Rachel Uffner Gallery. I'm not sure where that is, but I think Manhattan. And it's a show of flower paintings, aggressive in palettes, experimental in composition, and deeply abstract, staking out ground outside any art historical lineage. Again, very textural, very surreal. This one is reminding me of another female artist we've looked at, Niki de Saint-Phalle. Did we look at her last year? Maybe it's been a few years since we talked about her. A great French-American artist. You might want to check her out. Nikki. Good morning, Daniel. De Saint-Phal, ST period P-H-A-L-L-E. This is Shara Hughes. So flower imagery is a new focus for Hughes. She's best known for her landscape paintings. And the landscapes are populated by familiar landforms, foliage, and bodies of water that place them squarely within the visual language of landscape. And yet their scenery is never specific, never real. The images of nature fall apart relentlessly, melting into gestures and marks, thoroughly adulterating the line between representation and abstraction. The resulting vistas are uncanny, both familiar and wrong, which is why they read as distinctly psychological and sometimes ominous. Anyone get an ominous feeling from this? You, Eileen does. For me, this feels fun. Okay, a couple of people feel it's ominous. That's cool.
It's not scary, but it's like something you would fall into. Feel bulbous.
Bulbous, definitely. Something you might fall into. Okay. You raising your hand, Esty, or stretching? Okay. Very textured, very colorful. There's a bit of depth to this one. In the interview, she talks about perspective. So this is obviously one of her landscapes. You can see that there's a mountain range, something that looks like a road. Switchbacks. So she has recently given up landscapes because, quote, this is from Shara Hughes herself, I disliked how talking about what I was making involved a lot of explaining. They're about this. Oh, this is why she started doing landscapes, forgive me. I disliked how talking about what I was making involved a lot of explaining. They're about this, and the title is this, and these symbols mean that. I could see people automatically turning off. I wished I could say something like, I make landscapes, so that people would just be like, got it, cool. So that's why she started painting landscapes. So the interviewer from the Brooklyn Rail says, oh, I get that. People immediately understand landscapes. We already have a vocabulary for landscapes. We're able to talk about what we see. And that's why she started doing landscapes. But then she stated she was interested in people like Thomas Cole, who was part of the Hudson River Valley School of Landscape Painting. We've looked at his work in the past, and his landscapes are incredibly realistic, but she didn't want to make pictures or anything that you could just go out and see that you could compare to actual nature. She didn't want to emulate nature. And she wanted to go back to the joy of doing abstraction. I start super abstractly. Sometimes it might be as simple as like, I just made a red painting, so let me try to make a white painting. I rarely imagine painting a specific place because anytime I try to control the ideas, it changes. And the surprise of how it's put together is more exciting for me than how it ends up. in a lot of ways. And I love that quote because I've said to you many times, it's the process that's more important than the end product when you are creating art. Even the most experienced artists are surprised by the way the finished piece of art looks. So even when you have something in mind, it evolves and changes as you are in the process of creating. And it's true of this artist, Shara Hughes, as it's true for all of us. And that's a good thing. All right, let's keep moving. This one is so obviously a landscape. So here you can see she is deeply involved in perspective. I think this one looks more real than what we've looked at so far.
Yeah.
She talks about making mistakes in her pieces. I can totally strangle a painting for sure. It drives me crazy when that happens, but I haven't thrown away a painting in a while. So even experienced artists make work that they don't like. Thoughts or comments on this one?
What else?
I don't know. I'm guessing acrylic. I don't know. Sometimes I think she mixes media, oil and acrylic. So I think she's a mixed media person. Actually, I do have some info on that later. Let's see if I can find it now. Sometimes she uses oil, sometimes she uses dye on canvas, mixed media, oil and acrylic on canvas. So it seems like she'll paint with anything she can get her hands on. Oil, acrylic, and dye. One piece that I'm looking at. The interviewer asks her, how long does it take her to make her work? And she states, none of them are made in one session for sure. But you know, a lot of times the ones I struggle with the most are the ones I'm not even touching. Not sure what that means, but I thought it was interesting. Great perspective in this one. Again, notice the way that road turns into nothing as it reaches the horizon. Road or water, it could be water. It's so incredibly textured, it's hard to tell. Could be a hiking trail. It could be a stream, the way it curves so much.
Yeah.
I think it's a stream.
You don't think it's broccoli? It's not broccoli. No, that's too blue to be edible.
It's not broccoli, no. I love the chartreuse, the bright light green on the right hand tree. She does like those super, super bright colors. Yes. Yep. Okay, now we're getting into the flower pictures. Someone said it's nice. Can you speak to why you like it?
Because I recognize it as an iris.
Yes, it's definitely an iris. And there are flowers. Could be, although they're so tiny. She likes her flowers to be gigantic. She does not talk about being influenced by Georgia O'Keeffe, another female artist who
It's different.
completely different. She does not want her flowers to look beautiful. She's very much interested in exploring that whole idea of whether or not art should be beautiful. And she kind of fights against that idea that art should be pretty or beautiful. I find this one a tad bit disturbing. There's something about the edges of the flower, the colors. It does look like their eyes.
A little creepy. Oh, yeah.
Definitely recognizable as some kind of orchid, I guess. She's very much involved with the framing. You notice the way the leaves are framing the image. She says, I'm interested in a play on the idea that paintings are the windows to the world. Like there's a window, and here's a window, and here's a window. How far can you go? How far can I bring you in and then pull you back? So the framing of the image is a way that a device that she thinks can pull you into the image of the painting, as well as make you step back and look at it from different perspectives.
It almost looks like that's an add-on. You know,
I don't know if she does that technique first or last.
You know, like the way the white leaves go through the dark green leaves, like with that glue. I don't want to say glued on. You know, I don't want to take the art out, but it almost feels like it's added on.
Could be. I don't know.
Like that's so perfect. Those lines between them.
I like the way the leaves create negative space. I mean, you could be right, Jen. I'm not sure. Very interesting, the corners that it creates. And then the way the orchid leaf goes over, the orchid petal goes over the dark green leaves, makes some really nice negative shapes.
It can be other than white.
I'm sorry.
And negative space be other than white.
Of course. Like this. See this triangle here?
Yeah.
That's a negative shape. So this becomes a negative shape, this triangle here, and it's not white.
But I see that more like a landscape in the background.
There's definitely mountain landscape. This to me is a mountaintop, right?
Yeah.
This is a whole mountain range. So again, she's pulling you in, but then pulling you back.
Like a boat.
So there are moments where you focus on the orchid, but then you're forced back into space. Like there's a tiny orchid over here. It's really an interesting play with foreground and background. It's what I would call a tug and a pull kind of thing.
Even the last painting also had the same.
Yes. Yep.
Same
Yes. And she says, this is a quote from her again, I feel like sometimes I make paintings that you can really travel through, go down a river or something like that. And then the next painting, everything is right up close in front of you. So I like being able to kind of like pull you in one painting and push you way out and kind of like rattle you because I'm actively always trying to do something I haven't done before. I don't want it to feel like scene one, seen them all. So she wants each one of her paintings to be a different experience for the viewer. More broccoli, Jen. You want to look? Very layered, this one, right? I've always made work that was a little bit dark. I like that there's something so inviting about the colors so that you kind of want to go towards the painting. It pulls you in, but once you're there, you see it's actually kind of messed up. And again, from Hughes, I feel anxiety a lot, and I think that's part of what the work provokes. That's the reflection it's shown me, at least.
Liz,
Yes.
it's Robin.
I got
Hi. Somehow the fact that she is in fact manipulating the viewer, she wants to manipulate the viewer or have a particular effect on the viewer. And that's interesting to me. I don't know that other artists really are coming from that perspective when they're painting. It makes me uncomfortable, I guess I would say. But it's interesting, and I'm glad that you shared it. It's crazy for me.
I can tell you that all artists want to hook their viewers. We do. That's the main goal. She goes about it maybe in a different way, but every artist, that is part of the process. We're always thinking about what it's going to look like when it's hanging on the wall and whether or not it's going to attract attention.
Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. Thanks.
That's a whole nother class. Eileen just asked me, what do I do myself? But it's going to take too much time, Eileen. You and I can have a private conversation, or we need a whole nother class about that. All right, and people here are getting drowsy. It's so warm, so we're going to move on. Another one for landscapes. Very wild color again. This one reminds me of some textile work from South America Central and South America that I've seen. Yeah, this one's blurry. Sorry about that. This one to me is quite creepy.
She paints a lot of the flowers, but I think that she's more, to me, she's more like abstract landscape.
You think? Well, she says, I'm not done with the landscapes. I also still think of the work as interiors in a lot of ways, which was what I was doing before. But I wanted a more specific direction for this particular show. And when I first started thinking about flowers, I thought it was kind of a funny idea. I don't know how to make a flower, and it carries such heavy symbolism. But then I realized this is why I should do it, because I don't know how. And it gives me a symbol to work with and to break apart at the same time.
I see letters. I can't tell you which one. Like you see letters, but you can't really define
Huh,
which
that's
one.
interesting.
I see a heart. There's a lot of symbols.
Right. This one to me seems very surreal, has a dreamlike quality. She does play with scale a lot, which I think is part of her desire to pull you in to the center of the painting, but also make you pull back and look at the details. And that is the final image. All right. I have much more quotes from her, but I think we're running out of time to do our own work. She likes seeing the flowers in the wilds, particularly because she now lives in New York City. And she says it's so rare to see flowers in the wild. And I think this is the final quote I'm going to share because I find it so interesting. I'm doing a flower show and it sounds like a cliche or a dead end, but again, they're actually not about flowers, or they are, and they're not. They're tougher paintings. They're aggressive. They're not delicate. It's ugly and it's beautiful. It's wrong and it could be right. There's a lot of back and forth. So she is playing around with this idea of what is beautiful and what is not. And I think that that's a concept that artists are always trying to deal with, particularly female artists, because we're often thrown into this bucket of only doing pretty art. So I think it's very brave of her to keep investigating those ideas. All right, I'm going to stop the slideshow unless people have other thoughts, comments. All right. Hi, Donna. So Shara Hughes does live and work in New York City at the moment, and we can expect to see more of her work in the future. So keep your eyes out for further shows of her work. Today, for those of you who are here, and I don't know if Laura is able to put on camera for us today, I have brought in flowers. And several of you have been asking me to allow you to do still lifes. Are you able to do that today, Laura?
Yeah, do you want me to put it on camera?
Yeah, if you can do that. Okay, cool. I know I didn't ask for this in advance, so thank you so much to our fabulous Hoboken Library staff member, Laura, who is going to help us see this at home as well as here in person at the library. I'm just going to do the directions for this project first, and then Laura is going to share with all of us some flowers that I have brought in. I may rearrange the flowers after I give directions. I didn't have time to do that earlier. But I have brought in some absolutely gorgeous flowers from a florist here in Hoboken. I'm going to give a plug for her because she always gives me a wonderful deep dish discount, and I believe she has the most beautiful flowers in all of Hudson County. It is Hudson Flowers. It is on Hudson Street between Newark and First Street, right next to Hoboken Police Department. And I even have some business cards that I'm going to put out for people to take if they want to go shop there. So I'm going to create a display of these flowers, and I'm inviting folks to do a still life of the flowers. You can do an abstracted still life in the style of Shara Hughes. You can try to create a realistic floral still life, or you can copy a Shara Hughes painting. Now, I cannot have the photograph or the image of the real flowers as well as a painting by Shara Hughes on the big screen at the same time. So if you want to copy Shara Hughes, you're going to have to rely on your smartphones if you're here in person to find an image of her work to copy. If you are at home or in your own studio, not in the library, you can probably do a split screen and look at Shara Hughes' work as well as the image that I'm going to put on the screen here of the real flowers. And you can toggle back and forth between Jared Hughes's work and the still life, the real still life that we're going to put on the big screen. For those of you who are here, I have soft pastels. I have brand new bottles of student grade paint from Dick Blick. And I put a pair of scissors next to the jar of paint because you're going to have to remove the plastic wrap on the top of the paint in order to get the paint to come out. There are plastic dishes for palettes. There are cups for water. There are brushes for the paints. We have no tablecloths today, so, you know, be as careful with the paint as you can. Colored pencils are here for you to use, regular pencils and soft pastels, and white paper for your background paper. If you want to create realistic images and a realistic still life, I recommend you start first lightly in pencil to create your image, and then whatever medium you want to use to follow. For those of you who are doing abstraction, you can use whatever technique you feel comfortable with. All right, any questions? Floral still life is our goal today. One last thing, if you prefer doing landscape, Shara Hughes also does landscape, you can too. You can either copy one of her landscapes or do a landscape of your choice. All right, Laura, ready to put the picture on the screen. I'm sorry? Yes. I'm going to arrange the flowers in the vase, and if we can project them on the big screen. Sure, if anybody's good at arranging flowers, come on up. I had intended to do that, but no one let me. So I have to unpin, right? First of all, I have to. Replace pin.
Laura wants me to give it to you, so you can arrange it nicely.
But they need the scissors to hold.
Okay.
There. So folks at home, this is gonna take a minute, sorry. Well, let's see what happens when we put it to a look.
You want to take the scissors and cut it?
Yes, but
Yeah.
first I want to put the tulips in because then
Yeah.
we will get a sense of soft.
I look at it. Yeah. We have some. And
Oh, wow, yeah.
they actually going home.
Sally, excuse me. Let me come here, darling. Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
So remember to look at shape first. Flowers grow from the center. The tulips, however, are not completely open. They're more of an oval shape.
You're done.
Thistles.
3 weeks.
Yeah. This one I think. I may need it. That's. Just don't stick a thorn in your mouth. All right, so we're just about getting it ready. Did I do something wrong?
Trying to get this.
We're working on getting you the picture, folks. There it is. I have it sideways. We got the picture, but it's a little tilted. Hold on, be patient. Oh, so many women working on one still life. It's fabulous. All right, how are we doing opening the paints? I can't do this next one.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, today is the double class, so. But this afternoon, there's a different artist. He also did landscape and still life. So what you start this morning, if you're planning on coming back at 1, second class starts at 1. Should have mentioned this earlier, forgive me. You can leave your picture here and just continue working on it.
Is it 1 at 1:30?
I believe it starts at 1, that's what it usually is, 1, it's from 1 to 3. So if you start something this morning and you don't complete it, you can just continue working this afternoon. There will be another lecture though. You can keep painting right through the lecture if you like. or drawing right through the lecture if you like. The artist this afternoon was the one we missed during African American History Month. His name is Robert Selden Duncanson. A little known artist who should be much better known. Also learned from the Hudson River School of Artists. He also loved Thomas Cole, just like Shara Hughes. It's kind of ironic. It's almost like I planned it. They were inspired by the same artist, but in entirely different centuries. Robert Selden Duncanson lived in the 1800s. He was born right before the Civil War. And he was African American. And those who helped me make the still life, it's just gorgeous. Oh, I want to put out the business cards for my friend from Hudson Flowers. If you've never been in there, just to go in is a treat. She's so nice.
And I think you definitely look pretty flower.
If you go and if you let her know in advance, this is what I always forget to do. She will give me the flowers she wants to get rid of. But I have to let her know in advance. Like today, I got there too late. She'd already thrown them all out. Or yesterday, I got there. So she gave me a deep dish discount. How much? How much? I got all these flowers. $5 instead of
High quality,
$50. So that's you.
I don't think she's nice. So, unlike you.
You have to come with me.
Come with me.
That's what I'm saying. Come with me.
No, I like.
You have to flatter.
How much I flatter you? I don't have enough flattery for everyone.
Now,
Arrangement.
you can take a flower.
Yeah.
All right, the business cards are here. Take it. You want. Yes, and thistles. My daughter-in-law's bridal bouquet was thistles. Isn't that interesting?
What's the?
Because she's a strong spiky
Excuse
woman.
me, teacher. Oh, really?
BLM really was like exterminators.
I was supposed to have mine come. Now we're starting every single day. I'm like, oh. Ticked off that he's calling me every single day. I said, just wait for me to call you.
Right.
Oh my God, it's so annoying. Good luck, but it's your problem, mine is mine.
I literally was like in bed. And a mouse jumped on my body. When we got to the, I know that the when they come into home, they just let them live there. They go away. You know, if they don't want.
Especially when it's cold, they just move right.
And 1 year, I got this hard, have a heart where they go into this metal box, and we're supposed to let them loose outside. And it was like, family at night, so the poor little ones will die, but anyway, they quit the and I took it, and it turned out it was a day where it was like icy, drove it down. Blue ice, they don't where the handicap parking is. And I got out, and I opened it up, and I think I ran over the cover. I mean, so now I just get Snapchats. I think they're more merciful. Because, I mean, what, the terror I put that animal, you know, letting room. But I had exterminate cat, I had a little open. But like an air vent, and it was so old that that's where I think they got it. So since he sealed that.
The problem is you can never find the opening.
Oh,
My house. So many possible openings.
yeah. Well, the old houses too.
All right, so I'm seeing some beautiful work already. You want to get a cup of water? No? Beautiful. Something about having a real object. Hiding is simple. So just choose one or two flowers. You don't have to do the entire still life, guys. Folks at home, can you see the still life?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Robin, for letting me know.
Margot.
It's tough. The image for you is tough because there's so much distraction. You have the screen behind the screen. You can see me, you can see other people. It's a shame. But as always, when you have the real thing in front of you, you learn so much more than when you try to copy from a flat image. Oh, no. There's a lot of grief in the Dye household today because the African soccer stripped Senegal of the Africa Cup and gave it to Morocco.
Why? Morocco?
No, Senegal won. Senegal won because Morocco couldn't stand losing, basically.
I don't understand.
Well, the Senegalese team walked off what is called the pitch. The Senegalese team walked off the field because they disagreed with the referee's call. They walked off the field because star player was blocked. They walked off the field, went to the locker room, and then he cooled down and he talked them all into coming back to the field. And then they won. Senegal won. Morocco would not accept it. So now the CAF, which I forget what the acronym stands for, but it- the African soccer group, whatever, like FIFA for Africa, has given the cup to Morocco. Wow. And Morocco has locked up all of these Senegalese fans.
Oh, wow.
Living in jail now. 3 months.
They don't play like that.
For what's fans?
Yeah, they don't play.
Why?
Yes, they were too disruptive after one match.
Liz, does this mean they're not in the World Cup? Senegal's out of the World Cup?
No, I think Senegal is still in the World Cup.
Oh, well, it's.
And they have a good chance of winning the World Cup. They're some of the greatest football players I know. Most of them play for France and Spain and England because they're so good. In Germany. And of course, in Europe, well, Argentina in the World Cup. Last World Cup, Argentina walked off the pitch and nobody bothered at that. Nobody got upset about that. They're very cool. You have no idea. I've never seen it so upset. Even when Senegal was the most repressive president. He is now so bereft.
This is something that happened quite a while ago.
They won. Maybe 2 or 3 months. Oh, it was Senegal. But it was controversial immediately. Because Morocco could not stand loose. What they did. They're good sportsmen. Yeah, so it's supposed to be above politics.
Well,
What's the politics? The old African what's that?
Yeah, well, I said, Northern Africa, that's not. Most people don't consider themselves, yeah.
The northern one? It's like northern, yeah, but it's not African Morocco where it's not.
Oh, this is. According. I have heard. Oh, well. The problem with soccer is even very correct.
Is it
Correct. FIFA. Oh, FIFA.
well, it's a lot of money, right?
Lot. Yes, there's a lot of joy in the Dye household because Ibu has been selected for the Venice Biennale.
Oh, wow.
So I will be absent in May for 1 or 2 art classes, guys.
So you have to go.
I have to go.
Oh, very early.
I don't know the dates exactly yet, but in early May. Venice. Ibu has been selected for the Venice Biennale. Yes.
That is great news, Liz.
Thank you, Robin.
I wish I could go.
I wish we could all go on a field trip. So the Venice Biennale is the biggest art show on earth. Quite an honor for him. He will be representing Senegal in
Congratulations.
an African pavilion. Thank you so much, Jim. It's pretty huge. Most artists spend their life trying to be in the Venice Biennale.
I really wish I could go.
I wish everyone could go.
I've been to Venice.
Venice is an amazing city. It is open to the public, yeah.
Right before COVID. We were in Venice.
I have to wear a jacket with a label on the.
I need a sponsor. It ain't cheap and it's tourist season, so it's not gonna be a cheap trip. It's the beginning of tourist season. Well, actually, it's the height of tourist season at the beginning.
What do you make?
Oh, there should be a roll of paper that's back. Yeah. Yes, okay. Wow. Okay, so fantastic, everyone. Probably is myself. Yes.
No. You think or? Anything? No,
Started. This weekend. Yesterday. I'm sleeping at our class meeting yesterday. To my school. Had 4 big ones. I'm working very hard on. I'm almost done. It's gonna be the center.
Feel cross. Or you can fly. They know I think.
I can pretend I was. Another off. Beautiful, beautiful work.
I'm on like the country commitment for fun. Not that I feel you, that's like, it's like a done together one. That you get an act, when you get an architect.
It is. It's like a child you never wanted or expected. You never know how others react.
Heard that they're, I heard that they're something in starvation.
Yes. Very true.
One in first.
Yeah. Work every. The tornado. You never know it.
Wow, we're out of winter, but I got all my
Fall,
stuff out.
spring. Okay, you're good? I'll see you soon. This is
Bye,
yours, Joy.
Alice.
This is not ours. Lovely, lovely, love. Everybody.
You tried it? Not good?
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah, you're never gonna achieve the colors. No, I know that was, she has got a high quality.
Yeah. Yeah. If you see all the art, they always have an easel, and they stand up.
Yeah, Eileen, I keep remembering to bring you one. I keep forgetting.
I need to say goodbye to you now. because
Goodbye.
I have to sneak out to, and you can think you're busy, but I'm enjoying doing this. I know you can't see it yet, but it's
Send
gonna
me
be
a
cool. I will.
Great, come. This is from your balcony again.
Yeah, but
Your favorite
my,
subject.
my favorite spot.
I like the solid stage.
It's not gonna, I'm gonna, this is just the background.
Right. Would you like me? No, I figured that. Just definitely the style. Just something. Love how everybody stays true to their own person. It shows like the oil pastels too. It just didn't have room for it. Yeah, no, I love the red. Lighter colors. Me too. I was so afraid of my father. Very well made, so I wouldn't be. Then I made them. That would be interesting, but look at that road. I like the chose. That was interesting. Yeah. It's the underbelly of the underbelly of the cloud. So when it always runs to the big girl. It's still a green spot. Wanted you to call.
I have to.
Your minute, right?
Oh, I see myself walking up there. I look awful.
You look great.
No, I mean, the way,
You're being hard on yourself.
I know, well, you know, I have a preference. I learned my own roller coaster, but I learned how to work practically. It's just such a boy stomach. When you walk, swing your arms. I learned that.
Every time I feel like that's great, I think of Mr. Everett screaming at me and calling me a pigeon. Who's Mr. Everett? He was the ballet teacher. I'm like,
Oh, you're a pigeon?
people make it in the belly.
Pigeon's belly?
You're right.
Oh, okay, so. No, I'm following you. Oh, are you looking at it? Yeah, well, I love it. Oh, that's a big, yeah. And you,
Did you ever go there?
yes.
Yeah. More than Washington, I think.
Yeah, more than lots of people. By number. I love to. Very nice, but the other.
What's going on there?
Yeah. You know, sometimes they're more there, always has the more top of it.
With regular freight?
Yeah.
So they were paying for the street over there?
Are, but I that's March. It's very early this morning because we are cooking roses.
The day before.
Show that's in May. Not that, so I'm struggling. That's the one I want. Even like, and I'll show you, maybe you can give me some advice. So I think the things that I've outlined are too dark, and I would love to use graphite, but I use graphite. It's, I would have to spray it to fix it. See you, Jacob. And I don't think I can spray anything there because I don't have.
You look the emphasis on the goddess, the outline.
No, it's the letter
Oh, okay.
and the stars.
Uh-huh.
They seem too heavy and dark, but I'm gonna darken all the planets. And the goddess herself is a image. It's taking me a whole year to do this one freaking drawing.
No,
It's just very time consuming.
work the stars work. Yeah. Time consuming. That's beautiful.
Yeah, this figure on the bottom, I think it's just an outline.
Yeah, I think.
So these are words in the doll language. It says
Yeah,
goddess
yeah.
of the night.
I know which one to figure out.
Yeah. That's the goddess.
Yeah.
She needs a lot more work. And the stars, there's more stars
Oh,
here
okay.
and planets. This is the moon.
Mm.
Hopefully, I'm praying I get everything done. I will. That's my mantra. You will get it done. Thank you, Joy. All right, what is the time? Oh, it's already 12 noon. Where did the time go? Folks at home, are you good? I really haven't checked in. Forgive me. Are we having fun?
So hard.
It's hard. Are you working from the image on the screen? Or
Yes.
yes? It must be hard to see, first of all.
So I can draw impression.
You draw well.
Ah, so hard. I mean, can you see? No, you cannot. Oh my gosh, my camera is so bad. Oh no. I think what should I do? Let me think. I think I can draw it from my cell phone. My cell phone has a better camera.
Okay.
30 yellow.
Those of you who missed the class yesterday at the Multi-Service Center, I am working to get us a makeup class next Thursday morning. I have not heard back about that yet. I have to check. So, Yunzi, be careful about feedback now. That's the only problem. You're going to have to shut down one device. You probably know that already.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
How to? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, so hard, I think.
I think this is pretty terrific. Particularly the flowers look so good. Are you gonna, the bottom of the vase, is that gonna be the darker color or you're leaving it the lighter color with the dark outline?
Since I already has dark outline, I don't want to change it to light outline.
Or you could make it dark like the top. Because at the moment, the bottom looks disconnected from the top.
Yes.
If there was a way to maybe wet the outline and blend it into
Oh,
lighter color.
oh, yes, I can.
Yes, I think that that would make it look rounder. You could treat the dark outline as a shadow and blend it into the lighter color. It looks like
Oh,
blue. Blend the dark outline into the light blue. That would be very interesting, and it would make the bottom look more like part of the top. I see why you made it lighter, because in the real vase, it is much lighter because of the way the light is hitting it.
yes.
So you might want to try that. You don't have to.
Uh-huh.
You
The
might-
other thing is I don't know how to draw, how to say that. For example, each element, I mean each item
Yes, I
is
would
a
recommend not drawing each.
uh
Yes, you don't have to draw each. Just a suggestion like you've done is very wonderful.
okay. Because for example, I draw this part, I mean the yellow, I think I don't know how to separate petals, because if I see from your screen, obviously it is not a yellow ball. It has different layers. I don't know how to draw
So
layers.
what you can do is let the yellow dry
Oh,
and take a very fine point brush
uh-huh.
with a darker color, like maybe a green,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see that texture, and you
Yeah.
create some of that texture with the slightly darker green. So
Okay, I see.
use a very skinny fine point brush
Yes.
to do little lines to create texture in the
Yes.
yellow ball. Does that make
Okay. Yes.
Or if you don't want to use paint, you could use colored pencil.
Yes. Okay, I'm so frustrated drawing this.
That's part of the process for all artists. That's how we learn, by trying and experimenting.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think your painting looks pretty darn good. You should be happy about that.
Yeah, more.
We still have time. Some folks are leaving early. Don't panic, those of you who are still working. Goodbye, lady.
Rolls inside the bottom. Forward dive.
Yes. Mhm. Thank you.
Give up. Yeah, put them back, okay?
Remember, if you're coming back for the afternoon class, you can leave your artwork right where it is. If you're using paint, however, I would at least find a cup of water to leave your brushes in. You don't want them to dry out. If you are going, obviously you have to wash your brushes. It's not time to clean up yet, though.
Back, but I might be a little late. I need to go.
Okay, cool. I'm glad.
Look at that, it's easy.
So we're going to start cleaning up in about 4 minutes. And then if you like, we can share. We did not share last week, so if you want to share this week, we can. That would be my one suggestion. And you don't have to do it with, you can really do it soft stuff. You could do it soft, especially in here. It should be done. Just start out and say hard. Hard, use it very hard. That's my suggestion. I'm gonna work with this before. It's very messy. It's very messy. And rather than pressing so hard, you can do and spread it with your fingers. Right. If you want it to be very dark, it's like yellow. You don't feel it. Then you will have to press hard. Yes, very messy. I think I'll put her great apron. I know. I don't think I'm gonna use this. That's the help again. Well, it has different uses. I know. Well, I'm hard way. Good. I think I mixed it. I don't, you know, the pencil won't be dark. You know, it's involved in, you know, with your understanding. It's a term, but it is a journey. It's the most overused phrase. Yes, in every field, every field. Yes. You gag everybody. Oh yeah, this is terrific. It's finished. You could get it maybe a little darker in here. You could even use black. Oh. So happy with what everybody's done. Really thrilled. Okay, it's time to clean up. Do we want to share? So gotta clean up really fast if you want to share. Daniel, do you want to share your? Yeah. All right. Yes, you're already cleaned up. I'm gonna let Daniel share first. He's cleaned up. Folks at home, we're gonna start sharing here. So I'm gonna, oh, Laura, how do I take down this image? That did not work. Okay, here you go, Daniel. Be careful of the wires. Folks, if you could look up just for a moment, folks at home, I hope you can see.
Very nice. Love the colors. Good job, Daniel.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Daniel.
Probably the best I did when it's about plants.
So you use the black because of our artist today, Shara.
That's amazing.
Well done. I love the way the image fills the whole page. Especially the way the vase just runs off the bottom of the page. Pretty terrific. Nice.
Great.
Anyone else here want to share, or you're too busy work? Yes. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Everybody look up for a second.
It's the color pencil.
Very nice.
Really.
The little colors are not vivid. Little blur.
Love the sketchiness of the lines. Really beautiful.
Yeah.
That feathery texture. Were you inspired by Sharon Hughes also?
Not really.
Not really. You're getting some hearts.
Oh, thank you.
Right,
Yep.
thank you. Tamara, you want to share, or Donna, anybody now? Your stuff?
Gotta go up there?
Yes, Tamara beat you to it, but you can go after Tamara.
No, listen.
Wow.
Tamara is sharing.
Oh.
Wow. Tamara, going dark behind the flowers really works. Well done. All right.
But did you use watercolor or?
Acrylic. Yeah, I didn't bring watercolors. Wow, Matt.
Okay, so
Oh, I love.
this one is by, yeah, it's similar to her style.
Really beautiful.
Thank you.
You did the brown. Oh, you're getting toots and hearts. I like it. How's Donna?
want to throw away.
No, it's straight up. Good way. And Donna's, everybody.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Really, really gorgeous. Excellent. Yeah. Is this a work in progress, or are you gonna?
Yes. I'm gonna add a little more.
Oh, but I did. That's what I was trying to say, Donna, are you done? Or you're gonna add in?
I think I want some more. Why, you think it's needs a little more?
I think you could add more to yours. It's
Like
beautiful
here?
so far. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, one on the left would be great.
Make it like that, or
Yeah, facing towards the left would be very nice. Thank you. Joan. Sure, not done, but I've shown it before. It's always good to show work in progress to get suggestions. Sally and Joy, do you want to share? Yoko, do you want to share? No, I never want to share. Are you gonna share? I'll share, but it's only for me. You can get ideas.
Oops, this way?
Yeah.
Looks better on the screen than it does.
Sometimes that's true. Oh, and look at Sally's. Oh.
Very nice, Sal.
Well done. I just took mass.
Amazing how different everybody's comes out.
It's beautiful. Sally, can you for a second? This is a little too dark. So what I would do, blend it. Or again, either make all of this color, dark color. This dark line. Make it go away. It's very beautiful. Joy, you can share?
Mm. Mm.
That color. Lovely. What I missed? Kathy. And then we have to clean up really good.
I started
I don't have to
doing
share
some.
with them. It's lovely. It's hard to see. But you're copying one of Sharon Hughes' landscapes.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. Really, really, really cool. Will you send me a JPEG when you come? All right. Oh, I forgot your name. Barbara. You're so beautiful, Barbara. Barbara, it's awesome. Oh, sure. She did great. Barbara also copied Sharon Hughes' piece. Folks at home, let's see who's first in my queue. Yeah, it looks great. It's Margot, sharing mood? Yes.
Yeah, but I didn't do flowers, so
Fired. No, just kidding.
I'm fired. I was in a flower mood. I did Taj Mahal and some camels.
Taj Mahal. All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's coming along nicely.
Yeah, so that's what I'm working on.
All right, cool. Why'd you choose this subject?
I like camels.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, and I thought I'd try. I've been doing, and I thought I'd try camels.
Cool. Send me JPEG when you're finished.
Okay.
Oh, Diane left. She just left. I guess she doesn't want to share. All right, Yunsi. Oh yeah, it's so blurry. Can you, yeah, maybe put it in front of your face. Put it directly in front. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you darken the bottom. Yes. Oh yeah, it looks really good now. And now if you have colored pencil, yes, you're starting to add the darker detail. Yes. You're doing it with paint? Yes. Bravo.
Thank you.
I should have suggested to you to take a photograph of the still life. You did that? No.
Not yet.
Here, I'm gonna try and spotlight that again for you. Because I want you to keep working on that.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. Take a photograph of this picture.
Oh, yes. Hold on.
Good.
Let me
Well
do it.
done. You did great. I know you're feeling frustrated, but you're doing really well. And where did Eileen go? She disappeared. Do you want to share, Eileen? Come quick. Everyone else, we've got to clean up. You can see, did you get a picture? All right. You know what, Eileen, I feel bad. I should have had you share sooner. Because nobody's gonna listen now.
Okay, whatever.
You sure? Sorry, Eileen. All right, folks, you have to clean up. Folks at home, I am going to say goodbye with my usual farewell art on, and I will see you next week. We will be looking at another, and I think it might be our final. Yes, it will be our final class for Women's History Month, and in April, we will start looking at poetry and how it influences art and vice versa. So, see you next week.
Okay,
Take
bye.
care, everyone. Be safe, stay warm. Loved working with you today. Bye-bye.